Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the regular meeting of the City of Walnut Creek's Planning Commission for Thursday, November 5th, 2020. This is a meeting by teleconference only. I'd like to start by asking the Commission Secretary to call roll.
Thank you, Chair Lezak. Commissioner Pickett.
Here.
Commissioner Strongman.
Here.
Commissioner Anderson.
Here.
Commissioner Ward.
Here.
Commissioner Reiser.
Here.
Vice Chair Kerselik.
Here.
And Chair Lezak.
Here.
We have 7 members present and may conduct business.
Thank you. So as stated earlier, this is a meeting by teleconference only. This meeting will be conducted pursuant to the provisions of the Governor's Executive Order, which suspends certain requirements of the Ralph M. Brown Act. Teleconference locations are not open to the public. To provide a live remote public comment, please join this Zoom teleconference meeting. The meeting ID and password are, the meeting ID is 974-0265-0375, and the login password is 113423. When the chair opens the public comment period, please use the raise hand feature, which will alert staff, the commissioners, that you have a public comment you'd like to provide. Please wait your turn, because once you're brought into the meeting, I'd like you to state your name for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to make your remarks. So with that, we're going to go ahead and start tonight's agenda. First item on the agenda is the consent calendar. Commission Secretary, are there any consent calendar items this evening?
Thank you, Chair Lezak. There is one item, is the adoption of the proposed 2021 Commission and Council calendar. It was included as part of your packet. We're looking for adoption, which would take a motion, a second, and a roll call vote. Unless there is discussion about any of the dates, staff is recommending approval or adoption this evening.
I'll move approval of the consent item.
Second.
Mr. Chair, before we take a roll, would ask if there is any public comment. We do have some attendees waiting on this item, I should say.
Okay, so given that it's a consent calendar item, we only will take public comment on this particular item. Once we move into the public communications section, we'll take open public comment. So does anyone in the public have any comments specific to this consent calendar item?
Mr. Chair, it appears that no one is raising their hand or indicating the desire to make a public comment on the consent calendar. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Commission Secretary. So with that, we'll go ahead and ask you to call the roll vote.
And I apologize, I missed I believe it was Commissioner Pickett and Commissioner Reiser.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Pickett.
Aye.
Commissioner Reiser.
Yes.
Commissioner Ward.
Yes.
Commissioner Strongman.
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson. You are muted, Commissioner Anderson.
Yes.
Thank you. Vice Chair Kerselik
Yes.
and Chair Lezak.
Yes.
Thank you. The ayes have it 7-0.
Okay, thank you. So moving on with tonight's agenda, we'll go ahead and move into the public communications section. This portion of the meeting is reserved for comment on items that are not on the agenda. Under the Brown Act, commissioners cannot act on items raised during public communications, but may respond briefly to statements made or questions posed, request clarification, or refer the item to staff. So at this time, we'll ask, does any member of the public wish to provide public comment on items, again, not on the other items on the agenda? If so, please raise your hand and the Commission Secretary will bring you into the meeting.
Mr. Chair, it does not appear that anyone has raised their hand looking to make a comment during public communications, nor have we received any written communication during this portion of the meeting.
Okay, thank you. So with that, we'll go ahead and close the public communication section and we'll move on with the agenda to the public hearing. We have one public hearing tonight. That's the Project Community Benefits Program Specific Plan and Ordinance Amendment. This is an item that the Planning Commission actually already heard previously during the October 8th, 2020 meeting. And with that, we will ask staff if they have anything that they would want to add to the original staff report or public hearing information that was provided. I don't believe a staff report is required from the commission this evening, but I'll defer to staff to let us know if they have additional information.
I appreciate the introduction, Mr. Chair. There's nothing pardon me, there was a memo included with the packet for this evening. Nothing has changed since the last time that the commission heard this item. Just wanted to apologize publicly to the commission and others for neglecting to include. It was a clerical error on our part that the resolution itself was not included last time. It is included in your packet this evening, and should the commission decide to take action and take a vote, we do have a resolution for you to adopt if you so choose.
Okay, so thank you. So with that, I understand there's no additional staff report necessary. But because this is a public hearing item, we will open it to public comment for anyone in the general public who would like to speak on this specific issue. We'll give a couple minutes for folks to raise their hands if they are interested. And we will check with the commission secretary to see if anyone is interested in the public in making a comment on this item.
I apologize for the delay. We were waiting to see if anyone had emailed or had raised a hand, neither of which occurred during this item. Therefore, there are no public comments to be heard on this item this evening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So with that, we'll close the public comment portion on this hearing, and we'll go ahead and open to commissioner deliberation and/or a motion. Any commissioners want to step in at this time? Okay, seeing none, I will go ahead and step up and motion to approve the draft resolution. Hold on a second, I guess I gotta pull that up. I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve a recommendation to City Council regarding the North Downtown Specific Plan and Zoning Ordinance pertaining to the implementation of a community benefits program.
Second.
Commission Secretary, please call a roll.
Thank you. Chair Lezak,
Yes.
Commissioner Strongman,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson. You are muted.
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Pickett,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner Reiser,
Yes.
and Vice Chair Kerselik.
Yes.
The ayes have it 7-0. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for that. So with that, I will go ahead and close the public hearing section of tonight's meeting, and we'll move into the next item on the agenda, which is the commission's consideration item. Are there any commission considerations for tonight's commission secretary?
A lot of commissions there. No, Chair Lezak, there are no considerations this evening.
Okay, thank you. We'll go ahead and close that item and move on to the commission member and staff reports or announcements. Commission secretary or anyone on the commission, are there any announcements or staff reports?
I do have one brief announcement, but I'll defer if there are any commissioners with any announcements for the group. Okay.
I see none. Go ahead, Commission Secretary.
Thank you. So the next meeting is a special meeting, much like this one, scheduled for the 19th of November. It was adopted as part of last year's 2020 consideration of our calendar. It turns out there is no business to conduct at the next meeting, and therefore we will not be holding a meeting of the Planning Commission on November 19th. And so the next time that we will all get together will be in December. And I apologize, the date is escaping me. I won't even hesitate or hazard a guess, but the next meeting will be the second Thursday in December 2020. That said, I appreciate the opportunity. And again, we will have no meeting in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And with that, I guess I'll just wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and look forward to seeing you all in December. And we'll go ahead and adjourn tonight's meeting at 7:10 p.m. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Good night, everyone.
Appreciate the very short meeting.
Yeah.